Going on, everybody? It's your boy, that Pens fan 412, and I'm coming back at you with another Penguins win. Penguins win. This video is going to be short. We won. We won. We won. I'm not even gonna lie. I just spent the last 5 minutes. I had the microphone jack plugged into the wrong input, and uh yeah, I was wondering why the microphone wasn't working. I hope it's working now. But I just spent 5 minutes realizing I just had it plugged into the wrong port. Everything's fine. Everything's working now. Hopefully, if you hear this and you see this, everything should be working. Kind of like the Pittsburgh Penguins last night, where we finally won a game. I was this close to losing my mind. Not because of the game, but just if we would have lost to Arizona, I would have lost my mind live ish in front of this camera. And after the first period, it was this close. It was the world's smallest violin going off, right? I was this close to losing my mind. But luckily, we won. Spoiler alert, we won. We beat Arizona. People in the back are just like, it's not really that big of an achievement, pal. I'm just over here like, yeah, I know, but a win is a win. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And what about that first period? So this game was arguably, again, another prime example. So you've got Vamelka in net for Arizona. You've got Casey DeSmith in net for Pittsburgh. I thought they were going to put Tokarski in. Personally, I thought that would have been cool because I believe Tokarski played for Arizona. That would have been a really fitting thing. Other teams do that when they have former Penguins goaltenders. They always put us against them, except for Minnesota. Why didn't you let us play against Fleury, Minnesota? Anyway, so Casey DeSmith's in net. It's honestly, this game should have blew up a lot more because if the goalies were not on their game as they were, this game should have been bigger score, way bigger score. However, Vamelka was on his game and Smith was on his game. And you're probably saying to yourself, they lost 4-1. How is their goalie on his game? Because he made a lot of really good saves. Yes, did he let a goal in that was pretty meh? And we'll get to that. Sure. But he made a lot of really good saves. And his defense backed him up in many different situations in this game. Penguins can't say the same. Casey Smith is just doing everything at this point. He's literally just, he's got the kitchen sink out there with him, just praying that somebody hits that too. Like, but anyway, 5 minutes into the first period, and this is one of them situations where if the goal would have went in any later than it did, like just by a second or two, right? It might have been goaltender interference. Just saying. Because Clayton Keller gets the puck over to Hayton, and Hayton puts it into the back of the net. But if you notice, right after he puts it in the back of the net, Nick Schmaltz is just barreling in and just hip checks Casey DeSmith, which the commentators so elegantly said, look at him taking dominance into blue paint. This man thrusted himself into Casey DeSmith. The goal had already happened, so it's not like we can argue, oh, it's goaltender interference. If it was a second later, that's goaltender interference. All day, every day. But they got lucky. They got it in fast enough. That's fine. Arizona's up 1-0, and I am screaming at my phone. Pops up. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Right? All Penguins fans. Are you serious? And no, we didn't score. in the first period. And there were some really good saves by Vimoka and Casey DeSmith in the first period. We didn't score. When it popped up and said that Arizona was going into the second period up 1-0, I was like, oh my God. Really? Really? But then things popped off and it was great. 5 minutes in, almost 6 minutes into the second, there's a little bit of magic going on here, a little bit of craziness. So Crosby gets the puck from Ruta. And by get the puck, I mean Ruta shot the puck on the net. Crosby, having, godlike reflexes, just pings it over to Gensel, and Gensel puts it in the back of the net. It is 1-1. Commentators arguing oh, it must have bounced off us. Somebody must have cleared it. Arizona tried clearing it. No, Crosby just literally had two guys around him, and he passed it to Jake Gensel because Crosby be built different. And that's just what it is. He built different. What do you want? What do you want? He built different. And then 4 minutes after that, or 3, depending on if we were, there was close to 6 minutes, so 9-ish minutes into the second. And Sidney Crosby once again has the puck, and he gets it over to Brian Rust, and Brian Rust passes it over to Jake Gensel, and it's pretty much the exact same spot. And Vimoka at first is just stonewall, right? And then this is the goal where I'm like, wow, you handed that to us. Thank you. He stood up because I'm sure he was trying to back up to get closer to the net so he'd give up less space because he was pretty far out. And in the art of standing up, the 5-hole opened like the gates of heaven, and Jake Gensel shoved the puck through the pearly white gates, and it went in the back of the net. And it was 2-1 Pittsburgh. Oh boy. Oh boy. You can actually see after the play, Vimoka's he's cussing himself out. He's like, did I really just do that? Did I really just do that? He did. He did it. And he was very upset. Yeah. At 15 minutes, Valimaki, former Calgary Flame, I think. He's with Arizona now. He had a really good defensive play. It was Malkin and Zucker, 2-on-1 situation, and yeah, he played that really well. He stopped it. He made it. Malkin was very much trying to get at least a point in this game, and Valimaki stopped him cold turkey and got the puck back up. So I mean, yeah, the defense was putting it in to work as well for Arizona. I'll give them that. I will give them that. Their defense was trying, right? It's not like they're not trying. They are. They're playing the Pittsburgh Penguins. And Malkin finally gets his point. Man went pointless for 6 games. Gets the puck from P.O. Joe, 10 minutes, 11 minutes into the third period. Gets the puck over to Zucker. And Zucker does this nice little... He did the Brian Rust goal move, right? Where he cuts across. And then Rust, being right-handed, has a forehand shot, which usually, if he can get it all the way complete, it usually goes in. Zucker is left-handed. He's taking this opportunity, and he has to shoot it on the backhand, which he does so beautifully. He must have practiced with Crosby, backhand shots, because it just goes in, and it's 3-1 Pittsburgh. Period keeps rolling down. Casey DeSmith has a really good save. Period keeps rolling down and rolling down and down and down and down. And the Arizona Coyotes pull their goaltender. Vimoka is out of the net. And it's a battle for the puck. And eventually Carter gets it almost to the red line, almost past. He almost gets it to center before he just throws it as hard as he could towards the net. Puts it into the back of the net. Valimaki was actually there to try to stop him and failed. Valimaki also, I believe, broke his stick off of the off of the net after that because he was upset, obviously. 4-1 Pittsburgh off an empty net from Jeff Carter, 7th goal of the season. And that's it. That's the game. It's 4-1 Pittsburgh win in Arizona. For all the people in the back saying it's Arizona, don't get too excited. I understand. I mean, we broke the losing streak. That's the only real excitement here. We should beat Arizona, and we did, thankfully. Your 3 stars of the game. First star, Jake Gensel with 2 goals. Second star of the game, Sidney Crosby with both of those assists. Third star, Barrett Hayden with the lone goal for the Coyotes. And we got 28 shots, 24 in favor of Pittsburgh. Faceoffs were split down the middle with 50% apiece, which is very rare. Power plays, 6 opportunities for Pittsburgh to score. We failed. At least we didn't give up a shorthanded goal, right? And Arizona had 2, so our discipline was very good. We had 4 penalty minutes compared to Arizona's 12. Arizona had 31 hits to our 20. We had less blocked shots at 17-13. We had less giveaways at 10-11. Ooh. And we had less takeaways at 4-3. So we just had a good game, right? I mean, we weren't statistically better, but we won. We won. That's pretty much what happened. Yeah, that's it. Thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you dislike the video, give it a dislike. I expect unbelievable honesty here, people. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything of that nature, throw it down in the comment section below. That's why it's there. And yeah, if you are new, if you're brand new, if this is the first time you've seen one of my videos and you liked it, hit that subscribe button. It's free. It's a free button. You can just press it and it subscribes you, and then you can see these videos. They will pop up in your feed at any time I post a new one. You can even hit the bell notification icon if you feel so inclined to know when the new videos come out. If you're a returning person who isn't subscribed, same thing. Hit the subscribe button. I know you have a Google account, Jeff. You too, Kent, Travis. I know you're watching, Michael. Listen, hit the subscribe button. Help a brother out, help the channel out. And yeah, I will see you all in the future. Peace out, everyone.